Hello, I'm Barry Shore, Professor Emeritus at the University of New Hampshire and Head of Product Development here at SSGI. Processes define an organization. They are its lifeblood. We have supply chain processes, operational processes, information processes, and human resource processes, just to name a few. Efficiently managing these processes is critical to the organization's success and sustainability. And managing these processes efficiently is the focus of Lean Six Sigma. Here are 10 terms and explanations that will give you an insight into Lean Six Sigma and help you engage in the challenges that address efficiency and quality. They include DMAIC, value stream map, Pareto chart, fishbone diagram, 7 wastes, Poka-yoke, failure mode and effects analysis, control charts, concept of a Six Sigma process, and Kaizen. First is DMAIC. It is the process we follow to ensure a systematic approach to improving a situation. The D represents the definition of the problem. It must be clear, concise, and free of jargon. The next step is M, or measurement. Simply said, if a situation can't be measured, then it will be almost impossible to determine how it has been improved once the changes have been implemented. So we need data. Then we analyze that data with the intent of uncovering the root cause of the problem, not just its symptoms. Next, we determine how the problem or situation can be improved. Finally, we establish a control system so that we can monitor the process over time and ensure that it continues to meet objectives. Number 2, value stream maps. They are flowcharts that display the flow of work or people from one end of a process to the other. So we might draw a flowchart of patients moving through an emergency department at a hospital, or sub-assemblies moving through an assembly process at a factory. These charts are very helpful when analyzing a process and pinpointing where delays or waste occur. Each step in these processes is represented by a rectangle. The flow is from left to right. Often these maps are used to describe the flow before corrective action is taken, and again at the end of the improved stage to document the new process. The third is a Pareto chart. It is a bar graph that displays the frequency with which certain related categories occur. An example is a chart displaying the 5 reasons, or categories, why customers return products they have purchased. The lengths of the bars represent the frequency of occurrence and are arranged with the tallest bars on the left and the shortest on the right. In this way, the chart visually depicts which categories are more significant. They receive our attention first. The fourth is a fishbone diagram, also called a cause and effect diagram. It displays the possible sources of a problem. It also helps to focus our attention when improving processes. The problem we are trying to address is summarized at the head of the fish. The oblique lines represent the major categories to which the problem might be assigned, and the horizontal lines emerging from the oblique lines represent the next level of possible causes. The fifth is 8 wastes. Where do we look for process improvement opportunities? Experience in Lean Six Sigma has taught us that there are 8 areas worth exploring. Here are those areas, as well as the challenges that might be encountered. Transportation logistics, too much movement of people and items. Inventory, too much or too little inventory. Motion, the unnecessary movement that adds little or no value to the outcome. Waiting, idle work or staff that adds little or no value, such as idle time between operations. Overprocessing, efforts that add little or no value to a product or service. Overproduction, producing more than the customer requires. Defects, work that is rejected, reworked, or scrapped. And finally, human resources, the failure to utilize the time and talents of people. The sixth is Poka-yoke. Poka-yoke is a Japanese term that can be translated as mistake proofing. It typically involves the use of systems, software, procedures, or devices to reduce or eliminate the possibility that an error will occur, or makes the error instantly noticeable once it does occur. Examples include the lane departure warning system in an automobile, SD cards that can only be inserted in one direction, and the handle on a lawnmower that will stop the blade from rotating when it is released by the operator. Number 7 is failure mode and effects analysis, or FMEA. Finding the cause of a problem after it has occurred and then correcting it is certainly one way to manage process performance. In most situations, however, it makes more sense to be proactive and prevent it from happening in the first place. We can do this by convening a brainstorming session and then exploring the possible vulnerabilities of a process. Then we can make the changes that will minimize the risk that certain events will occur. This process is called failure mode and effects analysis. Number 8 is Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese business philosophy emphasizing the continuous improvement of processes. It is a term made popular by Toyota and now used throughout the world. In today's rapidly changing competitive environment, it has become part of process culture. Many organizations have identified continuous improvement specialists who ensure that this concept is foremost in the minds of those responsible for process management. One of the most important steps in process management is to develop a control system ensuring that the process output meets standards. Control charts display output measurements on the vertical axis with time displayed on the horizontal axis. It includes a center line representing expected process output, sometimes called a target, and is the level of output expected for a process that is in control. In addition, a control chart also includes an upper and lower control limit to identify the points outside of which a process is considered to be out of control and very likely requires attention. The last of the 10 terms often used by Lean Six Sigma professionals relates to the concept of a Six Sigma process. When the phrase Six Sigma quality or Six Sigma process is used, it expresses a very specific level of quality. A Six Sigma process is one that delivers fewer than 3.4 defects per million opportunities. Here are some examples of how this concept can be applied in practice. A restaurant would deliver fewer than 3.4 defective meals per 1 million meals. A hospital would experience fewer than 3.4 infections per 1 million patients. An auto insurance company would experience fewer than 3.4 errors per million claims. An airline would experience fewer than 3.4 late departures per million departures. A printer manufacturer would experience fewer than 3.4 million defective units per 1 million produced. Indeed, these are very high standards and may be appropriate for surgical procedures in hospitals, nuclear power plants, and aircraft safety, but they would be very costly when delivering meals at restaurants or entering customer data into insurance forms. For them, a 4 or 5 sigma level would be more appropriate. Of course, you can always deliver Six Sigma quality from a restaurant kitchen, but few, if any, customers would be willing to pay the high price that would support this level of quality. That's it. A quick introduction to 10 of the most used terms in Lean Six Sigma. We hope it has succeeded in raising your curiosity about the endless possibilities to improve process performance and how you can make a difference in your organization. If you are interested in earning a professional credential in this area, then consider taking SSGI's Yellow Belt certification course in Lean Six Sigma, or if you are comfortable with basic statistics, we recommend moving directly to the Green Belt. Not only does SSGI offer courses in the full range of belts from Yellow to Master Black Belt, but they also offer a range of courses in process management and leadership. All courses are online and offer professional level certification in these areas. Click below for more information, and thanks for watching.